Good morning, everyone. All right, so not a bad Monday so far. We have a few decent movers. Let's see. You can see we have MBVX, which is gapping up from 59 cents all the way to $1.86. So a pretty significant gap up there. Also watching BNTC, kind of the same thing here. Less volume though, but this one's gapping up from 221 to 469. Watching STAF gapping up from 137 to 226. BBOX gapping up from 203 to 254. Watching ANW. Technically gapping down 6 cents, but moving some. Moved a lot on Friday. Watching NNDM. Bottom left, you can see it's gapping up on lower volume, but a pretty big gap up still. There's AXON, which is gapping up too, from 256 to 293 with a high of 362. HTBX, slight gap up from 201 to 226. GRPN, looks like a smaller range on this one, but it is gapping up from 436 to 488. And then the last one I have is XBIO. I think I went over this one maybe. No, not yet. So this one moved a lot on Friday. It's break even in pre-market, but it moved a decent amount on Friday, so we'll watch this one too. And so yeah, that's it for this morning. That's what I'm watching thus far. I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. This is what I'm watching thus far. Good morning, Missouri. What's up, brother? Abdul, good morning. Frank, good morning. JT, good morning. DOK, good morning. Seven, what's up, brother? Good morning, man. Pierre, good morning. D Champion, morning, brother. Tiny, good morning. Yeah, I mean, I use Thinkorswim, for charting. I don't really use it to trade with. I used to trade with it, but now I use it just for charting. You can see the left side of my screen. I actually have TradeNet up. I use TradeNet, which is on the left side of my screen, to execute my trades, and I just use Thinkorswim for their charts, just because I like Thinkorswim's charting the best. But the biggest thing I'm actually worried about is some of these stocks not being tradable on TradeNet this morning. Hopefully we get a few, but I doubt it's. I'm a little worried about it. STAF isn't tradable. BNTC isn't tradable. Okay, so they added BBOX. That's pretty good to see. MBVX is not tradable. That's a bummer. They didn't add ANW either. They don't have NNDM. Man, what is going on this morning? AXON is tradable. HTBX is not. I've never seen it like this. All right, so let's see. We got one. Nothing else is tradable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Yeah, we got 4 out of 10 are tradable on TradeNet today, so that's a bummer. I guess I'm going to have to watch BBOX, look for a wash. Hopefully it'll do something. Oh, but man, I was really looking forward to trading at least MBVX here. No. Yeah, only 4 out of 10 are tradable on TradeNet. AXON, BBOX, XBIO, and GRPN. The rest are not, unfortunately. Appreciate the sub, Frank. Good morning, Terry, Tiny Trader, Carlos. What's up, brother? Augusto, good morning. Sean, good morning. Baron, what's up, man? DJ, good morning. Brettster. BBOX. I mean, BBOX is up so much already. I'm a little bit more short biased with it, but I mean, it could go either way. The last few weeks, these parabolic movers have been pushing up a lot, and so it could very easily push up. But I think just since it's up, a huge amount already from 70 cents on Thursday morning, it's all the way up to 258 now. I think I'm just a little bit more short biased just because it's up so much already. My YouTube channel, I really don't like telling people when they should buy or sell. Just because here's the thing, like I'm still a relatively new trader, and especially if you're holding the stock, overnight swing trading, I'm more of a day trader myself, and so if you're holding it for a swing trade, you would probably be able to tell when a better exit would be for that one than I am. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's all just I would look at the daily chart. No, not necessarily, Carlos. You can call Thinkorswim and they'll and just tell them you want live quotes. I actually have a video on it that shows you how to get kind of live quotes on Thinkorswim. You don't necessarily have to deposit money into them. WKHS Shimwhite. Not enough volume. I'm just bummed out, guys. Like the last 2 weeks, the 2 weeks prior to this last week and this week, the 2 weeks prior to this was pretty good. Like I could trade most of the stuff on TradeNet, and now, man, it's just 4 out of 10 are tradable. Less than half of my watch list is tradable. And I mean, I can trade BBOX, so it's my main watch today. But all these other decent gappers aren't tradable. They still haven't added ANW on TradeNet, which I'm pretty surprised. I would think they would have added this one by now. And I guess I can watch AXON, but it's just not my favorite. Still watch it though. Gonna watch GRPN, I guess. And XBIO. Watch some of these. No, you can get real-time charts, Frank. Yeah, you can get real-time charts, brother. All you gotta do is, I have a video on it. I'll try to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find that video for real-time charts. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, here you go. All right, I'm gonna post the video here. It's how to get real-time quotes on Thinkorswim. All right, so I'm still kind of looking at some other stocks here. CLRB gapping up some. I don't think it's tradable necessarily though. No. Alright, so not the best. I'll probably look at PVG here. PVG looks okay. If you look at PVG, It is gapping up from 810 to 891. I may just watch this one too. We'll see. All right, so let's look up the news on some of these stocks. All right, so the first one I'm looking at is in NNDM, gapping up some. What was the other one? BNTC. Staff. All right, so let's start looking some of these up. My favorite one is probably MBVX, and so I'm going to start with that one, even though I can't trade it. All right, so the first one I'm looking at is on the bottom right of my screen. All right, so MBVX is up. All right, so the company in Boehringer Ingelheim signed asset purchase and license agreements for antibody development program. The program's targeting solid tumor cancers, so it's a pretty good program, it seems. And the company is to receive $11 million up front and further financing downstream with milestone payments. And so that's good news for MBVX. Purchase agreement and licensing agreement for their development programs. So that's pretty good with MBVX. We'll see where it goes today. Another one I'm looking at is BNTC. It's the top right monitor I'm using. All right, so it sounds like BNTC. BNTC, which stands for Benetic Biopharma, it's up, almost 100%. And because the company signed a global licensing agreement with Axovant, I'm assuming it's AXON, is what Axovant is. We'll have to see. And the licensing agreement was with Axovant for BB301, which is for oculopharyngeal muscular dystrophy. And so licensing agreement signed with BNTC. That's interesting as well. Moving on to NNDM. It's the top left chart on my screen. It sounds like they signed a distribution deal with a Chinese company called Aurora Group. Yeah, it stated today that it entered into a distribution agreement with Aurora Group. That marks its interest in the Chinese market. Under the deal, Aurora Group will market and sell Nano Dimensions Dragonfly 2020 Pro 3D printer. So it sounds like it's a 3D printing company, which is ultimately for electronics to customers in the country. Interesting to see what happens with NNDM. We'll see where this one goes. Needs some more volume, in my opinion. Looking at BBOX, although I am assuming this one's simply up on technicals here, it's probably up just from good news coming out in the last few days. Yeah, nothing really new that came out for BBOX. Looking at A&W as well. See if anything new. I think this one's just moving on technicals as well. This one's technically gapping down some, and so yeah, nothing really new out on that one. Looking at PVG, you could look at the bottom right monitor. PVG. All right, so PVG had good second quarter metrics and offered guidance. The company stated that it produced 111,340 ounces of gold. It had 14.9 grams per tonne of gold mill feed grade and 97.7 gold recovery rate. It said it expects to deliver 200,000 to 220 ounces of gold in the second half at Brucejack. So interesting. Kind of a puff piece in my opinion, but we'll see where it goes for PVG. Also looking at AXON here. I think this one signed that deal with BNTC, but we'll look it up anyway. Yeah, right. So AXON signed and announced that global licensing agreement with Benetech for the muscular dystrophy treatment for AXON. So they're working with BNTC. These two companies are ultimately working together. Another one I'm looking at is BILI. Gapping up a small amount. I'll keep an eye on it. It's been moving some the last few days. Not really anything new out on this one. Now I'm looking at GRPN. Alright, so yeah, Groupon, which is GRPN, it seems like a higher float stock, but it is up after Recode report on Saturday said the company is actually looking for a buyer for Groupon. Let's see if I see anything else. Yeah, it says Groupon shares are up after the report stated it wants to sell itself. So Groupon looking for a buyer. That's interesting to watch. Last one I'm looking at is XBIO. Actually, I think I have one more after this to look up. STAF. I doubt XBIO was up on anything but technicals from the last week. Yeah, nothing really new for XBIO. Last one I'm looking at is STAF. Needs a little bit more volume, but it's gapping up from 137 to 190. So a pretty nice gap up here. Alright, so it sounds like STAF announced an acquisition of recruitment firm Clement May, and the acquisition is expected to add an annual revenues of approximately $50 million. So that's good news for STAF, an acquisition, and which is supposed to bring in revenue for them. So we'll see where this one goes as well. Not too bad of a morning, although a lot of this isn't tradable on TradeNet. That's the biggest thing I'm kind of bummed out about seeing here. I appreciate the 199 dono, Karen. I'm just now looking at my chat. I really apologize about that. I'm just now seeing my chat. So I appreciate the $2 donation, Karen. Really means a lot. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate it, D. Evan. Have a good weekend. Have a good week, brother. SING. It's OTC and it's a 4-cent stock. It's just not my style. It's not what I usually trade. I usually trade at least stocks in between, 50, 60 cents up to like 30, 40, $50 maybe. Joseph, no, it's not usually like that. Like usually at least half of the stocks on my watch list are tradable. Like most of the time, more than half are tradable. These last 2 weeks have been rough. I think it's just summer volume. I think volumes just kind of came down some because it's summertime. And I think somebody told me the stock has to have 500,000 shares of volume traded in the last 3 months for them to add it. Like they added BBOX over the weekend. This one wasn't tradable last week, so they did add this one, but they still haven't added A&W, which is kind of bums me out. I wish they would have added it. So I can look at AXON and some of these other ones, I still can watch a lot of these. Groupon, I can watch Groupon gapping up. So I can still watch a lot of these gappers. I short BNTC and MBVX. Yeah, I don't mind a short. I mean, it's all just depends on whether I can trade it. I like shorting those overextended gaps. Thought on AQXP. Yeah, this one doesn't look too bad. I like the little small gap. A lot of times these are good for long setups. In the last, in the last few days since what day is this? The 29th. It's up less than 30%. But it's up a lot the last week. Still a decent, move here. Yeah, that one looks interesting. Let's see if I can actually trade it. Doubtful I can, though. Oh, I can trade this one. Wow. Hey, I might watch this one. Appreciate it. ABIO, DPW. VLRX. Yeah, I might watch VLRX. This one should be tradable if I remember correctly. What? Oh man, they took it VLRX off. That's a bummer too, man. They always take those good stocks off. PTM has good long-term penny play. Too high a float for a penny stock for me. It's just not my style. Appreciate it, Karen. Yeah, it means a lot. I like biotech stocks. A lot of times they have a lot of volatility. Would you buy any stocks right now or wait? I usually don't buy stocks in pre-market. Sometimes I do, I guess. But usually I'm more of a day trader. I just wait for the market to actually open first. Good morning, Kobina. Yeah, appreciate that, BB. Hair. I'm going to try to call Mitch in a second, see if I can get him on Skype. I want to see a little bit more volume. Riot, RIOT, HMNY. Good morning, brother. Talking to Who Get This. Good morning, brother. Yeah, BBOX is looking interesting. It's probably my main watch for sure. PVG looking all right. I wish they would add A and W here. Groupon. So I mean, I'm looking at a lot of these really. These probably are my main watches, these four, so I'll keep an eye on them, see what else starts to pop up as time goes on. TNTR, CLDX, JONE. JONE doesn't look too bad. I'd like to see a little bit more volume, especially since it's such a cheap stock. But not too bad. CLDX. Same thing with that one. BPMX. I remember BPMX. Yeah, same thing with that one. I just want to see a little bit more volume with them. TNTR. Alright, so I'm going to try to give Mitch a call on Skype. See if I can get a hold of him. Oh man, he already What's up, guys? I'm trying to get Mitch connected here. Hold on one second. Just so I can have Mitch connected for the stream too. Testing. It's weird though. I can't hear my computer. Oh, my sound is turned off. Weird. TNTR, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get Mitch connected. Something's wrong with my audio on my computer. That's why I can't hear Mitch. The speaker headset or headphones is unplugged. Okay. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to try to plug my speakers in. Maybe that's the problem. All right, guys. I'm still trying to get my speakers hooked up so I can hear Mitch. Weird. It says I'm actually on the phone with Mitch, but I can't hear anything on my computer. I appreciate the sub, Tyrone. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I can't hear anything, guys. Appreciate the subs, everyone. I just can't hear anything. I don't know why. What's up, Mitch? Hey, brother, I can't hear you, man. I think it's saying my speakers aren't plugged in. So give me a second. I still have a little bit of time here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. It says my speakers aren't plugged in, but they should be. Let me try turning off, back on. I can see it's connected, but I can't hear anything on my screen. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, Mitch. Hey, if you guys can hear Mitch, y'all should be able to hear him. All right, try talking, Mitch. See if they can hear you if you're on the phone. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm right here, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get my sound to work on my computer. It's acting really strange here. So I'll be right back, guys. Just give me a second. Alright, guys. I don't know what to do with my speakers here. The only thing I could probably do is restart my computer, but I don't think I have enough time to do it without while still being able to trade the open. But no worries. Sorry about that, Mitch. But yeah, I'm back. But yeah, I don't know what happened to my sound on my computer. It just went out. Man, hold on. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I know it was a little quiet today. I don't know. I was trying to fix my speaker here so I could get Mitch in here. I'm going to have to restart my computer later. Alright, so yeah. These 4 are my main watches today. Hopefully we get some decent... Well, no, it says... it says detecting problems, like the speaker's lighting up and everything like that. I don't know what's wrong with it. Only thing I can really do is kind of go to sound here and try to change the speaker. I guess I could try to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just saying it's not plugged in. Okay. Yeah, I only got about 4 minutes, guys, so give me 1 second. Alright, guys. 1 more second. I don't know what's going on with the guys. I don't really have time though. Who knows, man? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the guys. I just don't have time. Market opens up in 15 seconds, guys. So good luck, everyone. Hopefully we can all make some money today. Sorry about the, sorry about not being able to focus as much this morning. I've been trying to fix my speakers on my computer, but market's opening up right now. So good luck, everyone. And there's the bell. All right, paying attention to B-Box here. I'm going to have to fix my speakers once the stream ends. Yeah, BBOX, watching this one. Looking for a bearish trend here. I'm looking for ultimately what I'm looking for this morning, guys, is a bearish trend. I want to see a bearish trend, see a pullback up to the VWAP area, trying to get in going short once it pulls back. This setup seems to work much better if I wait about 5 minutes after the open. And so I'll probably try to do that. And you know what, Mitch? I can still think I have a way to call you, bro. I can use my... I can use my Mac. All right, so BBOX starting to tank here. Down to 242. We'll see where this one goes today. So yeah, looking for a pullback here. Very bearish for BBOX. It's about time this thing started to head down. AXON starting to tank a little bit as well. Which one did you say to watch, Mitch? DFBG? GRPN starting to push up. It's at 493 now. That was a really nice pullback up here, but it wasn't quite high enough for me to want to get into it. I wanted to get it up to the VWAP area. Looking at IQ, GRPN starting to run a little bit. Still waiting for the first few minutes to pass. Watching AXON, BBOX, GRPN, PVG, DFPG, BILI a little bit. A&W, keeping an eye on it. All right, but yeah, Mitch, what I'm doing right now, brother, is I am actually downloading Skype on my Mac, and I'll give you a call in a second. So, man, look at B-Box tank here. Crazy drop. Crazy, crazy. So here's a pop on AXON. AXON gets up to around this VWAP area. I might short it with a little bit larger sizing here. I'll give it a little bit of time, let it test. But if not, if it breaks this high, it might be a washout long setup. I'll give it that time. Alright, so there's a really nice bounce on AXON up to the VWAP. Looking at this bounce for BBOX here as well. Alright, so I got in with 100 shares of BBOX here. I'm going to try to let it continue to fall. If it breaks up and breaks the VWAP, I can just get out. Trying to give it a little bit of room here to continue falling. If it holds underneath that 250 level, that's where I'm looking at. See if we can get the drop I was originally looking for here. See if that 250 area can continue to hold as resistance. Alright, it's up to 252. Down to 46, 44, 42, 41. Let's see if we get a bigger drop here. You know, see if we can crack this low. Alright, so BBOX still down. I'm trying to give it a little bit of time here. What's up, Mitch? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Alright, good, good. Alright, so you guys should be able to hear Mitch now. Alright, so I got out for a $9 profit on this one. I guess I could have held it, but the biggest thing I wanted to work on is taking a partial here. And that's kind of what I probably should have done. Got a little bit too excited to be up. But you can see, yeah, this is exactly that VWAP fade I was looking for. The market has, the volume is back pretty decently in the market right now. And so this VWAP fade is looking legit. Like, look, Mitch, look at AXON and BBOX. Beautiful examples of this VWAP fade.
BBOX is exactly, I already made some profit. I'm looking
Nice.
to add here somewhere in the 48s to 50 area. 45 to 50.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I just got out for a $9 gain. Just trying
I
to...
took a $10, $50 gain. I actually got in a little bit late. I wanted that bounce to that VWAP, but wasn't able to get filled for some reason. So I jumped in there at 40. I am seeing
Nice.
DFBG, man. DFBG is still looking good, man. It's held pretty good on the 1 minute, and now it's pushing up. It could go to the highs of 542.
Oh, yeah, I see it. DFBG. It's kind of like an opening range breakout, really, over 530.
Exactly. If this is the time to get it, maybe, and risk off the 20.
Yeah, we're looking at a DFBG here, guys. DFBG. You can kind of see it's somewhat of an opening range breakout. I don't know. It could go up. It could go down, but it looks like an opening range breakout, especially if you look at the 5-minute. But yeah, really good examples of this VWAP fade setup that I always talk about. AXON, BBOX, they both did it really nicely. Probably should have taken a little bit larger sizing on this one, or possibly scaled out of the position, but you know.
There's DFBG, man.
Yeah, there it goes. There it goes up to 542, looking good here.
I told you guys, I got that one right on there.
Yeah,
right on the nail, guys. Right on the nail.
Nice, brother.
That was the time to buy it right there.
Good. Congrats, bro. Oh wait, you didn't take DFBG, did you?
I didn't take it, but I have some more of B-Box. DFBG still looks great, guys.
Nice, my YouTube channel. Congrats, brother. Congrats. I gotta look, my internet might be not. Yeah, my internet's not doing well. I don't know why my internet's doing acting kind of funny here. Yeah, my internet's going out on me, Mitch.
That's the worst, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, my stream just went down from 140 people to 63. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm going to have to call my computer company. Usually my internet's legit, you know. For some reason, it just doesn't feel like working now. What's up, insurance? What's up, Carlos, Abdul? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I think it's starting to kind of get back here. Do it a little bit better, but who knows what originally happened with it. Hey, but let me know how you could see Mitch. There we go. Kind of back.
Oh, look at DFBG, guys. DFBG, man.
Yeah, it's that. My bad, man. I was going to say it's that opening range breakout. You can see a really nice opening range breakout. Mitch kind of called this one on the nose right here.
Guys, I honestly wish I could be long in it. I hate going two stocks, though. There's your chance right now in this pullback. I would look in the 40s to 38 range. I saw a slam down there. I'm still short, guys, on BBOX. I'm looking for this to break the 30s. If this breaks 30, I'm going to add.
Yeah, after last week, I kind of almost started to lose a little bit of hope in the VWAP rejection, but I said,
you gotta stick to the trade.
Right.
Stick to the trade.
Well, what I really thought about was that last week the volume was really, really low. And so, like, I looked at last week's charts, and I was like, well, maybe it doesn't work as good as I thought it did. And then I said, wait a minute, last week had low volume. Let me look at the week before that. And I looked at the week before that, and, you know, it was extremely reliable when the market has good volume, you know. And so that's what we have to wait for is, you know, on days like today when a lot is gapping up, it's Monday, the volume's really good in the market. You know, as you can see, BBOX, AXON, that's when this setup is like really reliable, is when the volume's good in the market.
My short there at 30s there, looking for the breakdown on B-Box.
Hey, I hope it continues, brother. We'll see. AXON's breaking the lows. They're kind of following each other a little bit, very similar.
Just don't want to see it above 240s now.
Big bounce to 237. What's your entry, Mitch? The spread's getting better.
240s, 235s there. A little bit higher because I've already paid myself some. I'm at 1250 gain on the stock, so I'm willing to take a little bit of a risk.
Nice.
200 shares there at 235 there. I got some more on the breakdown. Didn't really get as much break as I wanted there. Should have waited for the 28s, but I added there on the 30s. Now
nice.
The bounce just needs to stay below 43, and it'll be looking fine.
Yeah, GRPN had a good little VWAP fade here as well. You can see GRPN pushed up some, broke underneath the VWAP, bounced to test it, and then got rejected. So pretty good fade there as well. Yeah, sorry about the slow internet today, guys. I don't know what's going wrong with my computer. Y'all know me. Usually my internet is pretty legit. There's the break at 229 for you, Mitch.
Yep, I'm I'm looking to take some right here on this breakdown right here.
Nice. We'll see if it continues here. Maybe I should have had a little bit more patience, but I mean, I scalped it really quickly.
Yeah, I could maybe take the profit here, guys, but I already have some profit, so I'm willing to hold the whole position, trying to get the real move here. My risking's off of 240. I'm only risking 5 cents here. I'll go ahead and I'll risk that.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody in the comments section of one of my videos. He said the VWAP was trash and that it doesn't actually work. And I just told him, I said, look, if, you know, my setup's super specific, like...
Yeah, guys, on DFBG, on that pullback, guys, now to the 90 EMA, there's going to be the support is 530. That's where you should risk off of if you guys are in DFBG. Right,
a good entry would be if it pulls back to 539 is what I, you know, at least that's my take on it, just because it gives you a little bit better risk reward. But no, I was telling the guy in the comments section that thought the VWAP was trash, was his exact words. You know, I tried to tell him, I was like, if the stock has good volume and it's in a bearish trend, a large percentage of the time, whenever it pulls back right to the VWAP, giving you a good risk reward for your short. And you can see AXON BBOX as an example. I guess I'm just glad to see that when the volume's good in the market, you know, the setup's actually reliable. All right, here's a pullback on AXON. Nice, Abdul. Congrats, brother. Congrats. Nice, Huguetes. Nice trade, bro. Yeah, sorry about my internet kind of crapping out this morning. Usually it's pretty good. Right, that's what I said. I said if the VWAP's trash, how come all these other traders, these other profitable traders are using it? They can't all be wrong, you know? Like, it's just a very specific setup. Like, if the stock doesn't have a trend, like if it's going sideways, like, yeah, the stock's going to go right through the VWAP because it's going sideways. But if it's in a bullish trend, like you can see DFBG will ride the VWAP the entire way. And if it's in a bearish trend, you can see these little pullbacks. Like the whole, you know, the base of my short strategy is to get in on these pullbacks to the VWAP. Like AXON, you can see it pulled back right to that VWAP area at 297. Same thing with BBOX. And this is the trade I made money on today from 255 down to about 233 is where I got in and out just to write it down here.
Right. I took half of it off there because I saw a little bit weird movement there on the level 2s there, guys. So now my risk is break even. I'm looking for this to break down here. It should have broke down. So that's why I took half of it off there.
Nice, Bobby. Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome, man. Yeah, just be careful because, I mean, it could, you know, it could get squeezed up here. It's been bouncing around. I'm not saying it, right, I'm not saying it will, but it's possible, you know.
We want to see that support become resistance.
What do I think about?
Breaks here, I'm going to let this go all day, guys.
There it goes. There it goes. Nice.
Getting slammed hard there on the bid there.
Yeah, you can see Mitch. Mitch is taking advantage of this VWAP fade setup. He got in. You can see it bounced beautifully right up to that VWAP area and then continued on the way down here. That's kind of the base of this setup that we've been, you know, using the last few weeks. And the last few weeks have been pretty good. Last week wasn't great, but the volume wasn't great either. But the 2 weeks before that were both profitable weeks. And, yeah, you can see why we like this trade. Mitch is doing really good here, holding it, having a lot more patience than I am. Or than I did, I should say.
The key guys in this strategy, you want to make sure that you're trying to add risk, and know your stop. Add risk, know your stop. Manage your risk there.
There it goes, down to
now,
220.
Up there to 27s, I'm going to go anything up here above, a bounce up here, I'm going to go ahead and try to add here.
Yeah, NYC. I mean, sorry about that here. I can turn the volume up. Say something, Mitch.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Turn the volume up. I don't know what's wrong with the speaker on my desktop, and so I'm having to put Mitch on Skype on my Mac laptop and then just kind of let the microphone I have pick it up. And so let me know if that's a little bit better.
It looks like it's just going to fade away here, guys.
Down to 218, looking good, looking good.
Yeah, guys, this was the stock that I wish I would have got at the beginning of that early view app. I had to sell my shares because I got there at 240 on my first short. But if I would have shorted in the 250s, guys, we'd be in here now at probably about 500 shares. That's the whole idea. Is to get to a point where I could get to a really good winning position with a big sizing.
Right. You know, pull a home run in. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But work it. Work it. Ease into the position and then see it confirm like this has been doing. If you see the daily, this is exactly the kind of pattern that we got on DERM that's just faded away for the rest of the day and went all the way back down to the support, which was all the way down. This support would be 77, under $1. So that's why I'm still staying in this, giving this a chance. Last time we saw the fade all the way down, why not give this a chance to get down there?
All right, so it looks like my internet's behaving better now. I don't know what was wrong with that. Usually my internet, I pay for really good internet, and so usually it's pretty good. I don't know what happened this morning. I don't think I didn't upload any videos this weekend, so maybe my computer was left inactive for so long it had to kind of regain its composure. All right, guys. So yeah, Mitch is holding this BBOX.
Here comes the bounce, guys. I'm waiting for this.
Yeah, up to 232 is still. I mean, I think as long as it bounces, you know, under 232, I think it's still good. Maybe, I mean, it could even get up to 230s, but we'll see. It's definitely in a bearish trend. You can look at Groupon to GRPN.
Say 28.
How much have you grown your account? Ratish, I'm still working on being profitable. You know, I'm still a fairly new trader. Been trading regularly for about a year now. And so, yeah, I'm still working on being consistent and profitable. Haven't grown it much at all. Yeah, but Wilkin, price targets really don't mean anything, man. You know, analysts kind of put out a price target. Like, that's where their optimism lies in the price target, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the stock even has the potential to get up there. I mean, I guess every stock has the potential, but, you know, we'll see.
All right, guys, I added there, guys. Gonna risk off a 240 here, guys.
MBVX is halted.
Average there, guys, now at 33 there, guys. Gonna risk off of 40.
Yeah, MBVX is halted. Let's look up to see what's going on with that. I'll try to look it up for you. MBVX. It's a circuit breaker halt. It's up 291.5%.
Want to see this reject, guys?
Yeah, it's up from 46 cents, so it's just a circuit breaker halt. A lot of volume with this stock right now. They'll probably end up adding this one to TradeNet coming up tomorrow, hopefully for the rest of this week. Be a really good day to short, honestly. I'm thinking about shorting AXO in here. ISR. Yeah, price target is just like a optimistic, you know, take on it. It doesn't, you know, it's just kind of what people, it's kind of fluff news, if that makes sense. Yeah, look at ISR. Crazy, crazy. ISR, it looks like it was halted here in between 82 and 85. It's up to 92 now. I mean, Carlos, who knows, brother? I don't know if it's going to go up, down, sideways, or anything, man. I just try to react to what it does do. So with B-Box, who knows? It's up so much already. I tend to be more short biased with these type of setups, which is why I shorted it. I shorted it this morning.
Let's go. I want to see this reject here. Let's get this rejection here.
What's your full position in it right now, Mitch?
Now, average is 32.
Okay, so you're
but
still.
I already paid myself.
Okay, yeah, so you're good.
All right, guys. It looks like I'm about to get out. If this goes to 40, I'll just get out.
Let's see, that's spread's tight right now, so we'll see where it drops. There it goes down to 33.
I really like it still.
Right.
Not stressing at all.
There
I've
we
already
go.
paid myself $20, guys. So if this jumps 10 cents on me, then so be it. But if this drops down below 220s, I'm just going to hold there and try to let the next break happen that I can get maybe that 20, 40-cent gain here. I'm looking for the down move here. Rejection of this. We want to reject those 35s and 36s.
All right,
Want to get back down underneath 30.
GRPN tanking down here. It's got a lot of gap to fill here, about 25 cents or so until the closing price from yesterday. This is kind of the crucial level with BBOX.
Yeah, this next 1 minute candle is going to decide it for B-Box. So we just want to see it reject those 240s. If it goes up to those 240s, we'll get out. There it goes. It rejected the 36. Now it just needs to get below those 230s and watch. You're going to see the bids just slam down underneath those 230s.
Jay Sean, I'm using TradeNet. The broker on my left is TradeNet.
There it is, guys. There's the 230s. Look at the bids. Look at the bids. Just slam in there, guys.
There you go. Nice, nice. That's how you do it, brother.
Move to the 30s to add.
But yeah, Jay Sean, I'm using TradeNet. TradeNet, brother. It's on the left. You can see right here, this trading window is all TradeNet. I'm using Thinkorswim for charts.
All right, guys. I added another 100 shares there. I'm at 231 average, 300 shares. Looking for this down move. My out is right above 37.
So right here. This top red line is where his stop area is going to be.
If it comes up, I'll just get out, guys. There's no stress about this trade, guys. This is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, no worries, Abdul. Have a good day, brother.
We saw trade confirmation. We got in bigger sizing. We're in a great position. We've already taken profit, and we're looking to go ahead and take that nice swing, end the day right here on B-Box. Let this crash down below 230s. If this gets below this, it can go get back down to the support 217s, crack those 217s, get down to the $2 range, and then we can really start working here.
I'm kind of kicking myself for not taking AXO in. Said it looked like a good short at 280s. It's down to 272. Breaking the lows of the day now.
There you go, 29s.
29s, yep. It's looking weak.
Yeah, it's looking weak, guys. Looking weak. I'm going to try to find the big shorters. All right, guys. The big shorters added there at 25 there. You saw 7,000 shares, 1,500, 3,000, 2,000, all from the same spot.
All right, down to 228 on the ask.
Yes, I'm just looking for it to break down, guys. Instead of taking profit here, guys, I'm looking for it to break down, man.
Yeah, for sure, insurance. Like Mitch is saying.
Big bidder.
Down to 227 on the ask. Looking good, looking weak.
Look at the bid slide through there, guys. 4,000, 2,000 shares.
There you go. Nice, nice. Down to 225 on the ask.
All right, so this is where we could take 100 just to pay ourselves a little bit more
224
on this down move right here. 24, 23.
We're talking about B-Box, Matt. BBOX. This is the one we both kind of made money on this morning. VWAP fade down here. Mitch added on this bounce, which I think was a decent plan. He's got a good entry now.
Yeah, I'm just holding, man. Looking for the win, guys. Looking for the win.
But yeah, for sure, insurance. Once you make money in the market, you don't want to give it back, brother. And so you're just trying to get in and out quick.
All right, guys, there was a big bidder, so I got to be a little bit careful here, guys. It's up there to 230s again. Just got to be calm and patient with it.
All right, so looking at PTIE here a little bit. PTIE getting a huge volume spike here. Look at PTIE, guys. We'll see if it follows it through, but really big volume spike with PTIE. TGC, guys, look at TGC as well. TGC running pretty big here. Wow, look at TGC move here. It's up from under $1 all the way to 120 now. A lot of volume coming in for TGC. LBIX looking okay. CVRS flagging a little bit, bouncing off the VWAP area. It's at 122. Want to see some more volume here. BBOX back down to the 226 on the ask. There it goes. The big important level, I think, with this one is this 224 level, 225, 224. It needs to hold under that point. A and W, see, look at all these VWAP fades today. A lot of VWAP rejections. You can look at A and W as well here. You see A and W got rejected at this VWAP. AXON, same thing. Pushed right up to this VWAP at this $3 test. Got rejected. Same thing with BBOX. So very bearish market as of this point. IDXG. Look at IDXG starting to get some volume here. Still not great, but it's up to 93 cents, so it's moving some. IDXG.
All right, guys, let's see if we get this crash right here.
Yeah, BBOX down to 225. Yeah, but regardless of what happens, Mitch, it's still an awesome trade at this point, brother.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Happy with the size I've been taking, with the risk. So here, when it bounces back like that a little bit, it's a little bit dangerous. So you got to be really quickly ready on your position at all times. But we just want to see this reject right here and just kick my back down. I'm sticking around. I'm trying to get this win, guys. That's what it's about. It's about getting yourself in a position that you can make a nice win here.
Yeah, take a little bit. You know, I think what Mitch and I are trying to do here is slowly get big enough wins to where we have a little bit more wiggle room to be able to take bigger risks and ultimately build our account more. You know, I think that's really what it's about, is building up enough kind of room in your account to take larger risks to give yourself that chance of really building your account up. You know, and so it's kind of a slow. It's a marathon. It's not a quick race. It's a marathon. We got to slowly do it, but I know I for sure need to start adding a little bit more risk to my trades. Aside from last week, I've been pretty consistent with my profits, and so at this point, I need to start adding a little bit more risk as long as the market shows good volume.
All right, guys, I'm out.
So what's the
real quick, guys? Real quick. I'm out.
What's the total P&L for you? I'm sure you're up, right?
Yeah, I'm up. I didn't make as much as I wanted there. I only made $19 after all the trades. Now, what I would tell you is that my original position that I wanted again was that 250, 255, and that really would have gave me this whole trade. I would have been able to still be in this. I would have like a 240 average instead of a 231 average. By the 240 average, I would hold all the way until 42. Right. That gives me that true ability to let this pop up here and then come back. But I'm going to keep a close eye on this, guys. If this squeezes up there and just, completely fails back, I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
What happened to DFBG?
DFBG ended up failing. I'm actually watching it now to see if it pulls back up to test the VWAP. Hey, Covenant. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, man, I ended up emailing you back. Let me check to see if you got back to me. Yeah, I don't mind posting your link in here, Covenant. If you want to email me your link, I'll go ahead and post it. Or actually, send it to me on Facebook. I'll post your link in here, brother.
But I saw this one out the open, and I tried to short it there at 255 and just never got it.
Oh.
It would have been nice. I saw that. Definitely B-Box looked at that potential. Just looks like a really, really crappy daily chart.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I got in at 245, so right here. Could have gotten a little bit better entry, but I don't think it was too bad. Got in at 245, got out at 236 or so. And so, I mean, I took a big, a little chunk of that move. Could have had a little bit more patience.
Yeah, you should have waited to get. If you got back up to like 43 area, that's where you look for your first ad.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you get that first ad, that next move down to 27s, that would have been a nice little game.
Yeah, I mean the VWAP fade setup has been looking pretty nice lately. Like I was kind of bummed out last week. The volume was low, and so obviously nothing was as reliable. And so I kind of looked back past from last week. I looked to the week before last, and so it's good to see like if the stock the basis of it is the stock has to be in a bearish trend. If it's not in a bearish trend, it's not going to be that reliable. But if the stock is in a bearish trend and it looks to be bear flagging, a pullback up to that VWAP area before a quick crash back down is extremely common. As you can see with AXON, BBOX, DFBG a little bit even. And so it happens fairly often. And so we just got to try to take advantage of it and get these big gains in while we can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looking at B-Box there, rejected those 240s there. You see, if I would have been able to hold to those 240s, I would be looking good still. It still looks good to just reject down here and get back down.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks okay, especially if it can't break.
That's why your average price matters so much, and that's why you got to build up there, the right way. I think I did really, really good for the position that I had. I went from 35s to 32s to 31s, and at one point I had 31s, 300 shares, about 10 cents in there, and could have broke at any moment and really gave me 30, 40 cents with 300 shares.
Right, but you were still net profit. I mean, even though
and net profit, net profit, that's how you want to do it.
Right, and I mean, you're still net profit. Like that's the beauty of this setup is that. You take some risk off when it bounces back down to the low of the day. And at that point, you're already going to be net profit in the trade. And it's just about managing to try to take a larger gain out of it. That's why I like it so much is because the risk is good. The reward is better. And, there's a lot of opportunity to make money. Even if it doesn't end up cracking under that low like we were looking for, it's still a profitable trade. And so
DFBG looks like it can really, really crack down here, guys. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for a VWAP test once it broke underneath it, but it still hasn't done it yet.
You might not get it. I might take a little stab here, just with a small amount of share size, just in case it just completely gives out, guys. If you look on the daily, this is a really, really support there, daily support there. If it could break down there, it could come back down to the 356 area. It's interesting. You have to take really small share size. So if it does bounce up, the bounce will probably be a 528 area. So you have to risk about 18 cents.
Yeah, I just want to see a little bit.
B-Box is squeezing, guys. Got to be careful with that, all right?
Yeah, B-Box is up there testing that VWAP now. I want to see a little bit more volume with DFBG, though. That's the only thing that kind of keeps me from getting into it. It's just the volume is 1,000, 2,000 shares traded a minute at this point. And so watching it under the low here, but that's the biggest thing that scares me with it.
Yeah, it's something to watch. It's definitely interesting. It has a big range. Really big range there.
Jermaine. So Jermaine says, "I'm a new trader. What is VWAP? What is VWAP? A scanner." VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. It's essentially a moving average but with volume taken into account. And so it's a much more reliable indicator, in my opinion at least. The only thing you really have to know about it if you're a brand new trader is that it acts as pretty big support and resistance. Like you can see on B-Box, it pushed up to the purple line's VWAP. It pushed up exactly to the VWAP at 255 and then acted as resistance. And so I try to take advantage of that move. But yeah, I mean, it's just a very kind of niche strategy that Mitch and I use. Alright, so kind of looking to see what else I can find here. IQ is starting to kind of tank some. But yeah, days like today are the kind of days that bum me out for not being more active. Because a lot of these setups are actually, being pretty reliable. I can kind of see a lot of, these setups. IQ on this bounce here looked like a good short. DFBG broke underneath the VWAP. BBOX, really nice VWAP fade. AXON, kind of the same thing here. And so days like today, I wish I was a little bit more active. I mean, Jermaine, you can use it for shorting. You can use it for going long. Yeah, for the most part, Tyrell. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't work for a long setup. I just haven't back tested it as much with longs. A lot of times you'll see like a stock will like essentially ride the VWAP. You know what I mean? And so like DFBG, you could see it essentially rode the VWAP up, for the first 15 or 20 minutes of the market open. And then finally cracked underneath it. But it would bounce off the VWAP every time it got around there. And so with longs, I'm kind of more a dip buy to the VWAP. It's kind of like the opposite version, but it happens a little bit more, if that makes sense. Like a lot of times it'll continue to just bounce off the VWAP if it's going long and if it's in a bullish trend.
All right, guys, I'm taking a close watch on B-Box. Close watch on B-Box here. Also, stock to watch is a little bit higher stock, HUYA at the support of the lows there.
Yeah, I look a little VWAP fade for this one as well. And I mean, if you look at the 5 minute on B-Box, it kind of still looks like a VWAP fade. It could very easily turn into
That 5 minute, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it could very easily.
That's why I'm kind of watching it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like you said before. The biggest thing we have to look out for with this type of trade is that red to green move. Because if that starts to get squeezed up, that can happen extremely quickly. And so you just got to kind of manage it and be very, very quick to exit if it starts to go against you.
Yeah, I think the real key and how I adjusted the strategy for those moments is by doing the 1/4 sizing. The 1/4 sizing gives you the ability that in this area right here you can take the trade versus as waiting for it to give you confirmation and trying to add size a little bit late.
Right.
I think average price works better than just slamming with big size down on trying to scalp something.
Right. Yeah, you can see how I kind of screwed that up with PED the other day, like maybe it was last week, but yeah, if you try to jump in with full sizing and it gets squeezed up, it's going to be inherently more risky. And so I like kind of Mitch's approach, which I should probably try to adopt a little bit more, which is, take it small sizing at first. If it pulls up a little bit, but it's still in your kind of criteria for shorting it, you can add some to it, but you got to set a little bit smaller risk if you do, and then try to take advantage of a big drop down once it, slowly starts to go your way.
You got to work to position,
Right.
All right, guys, we've seen this rejection there of 40s there. It looks really interesting there.
Yeah, especially on the 5 minute. The 5 minute looks good. A lot of up wicks, which usually means selling
one,
pressure.
Down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. So I'm going to let it try to give one more test to that VWAP.
STAF.
If that VWAP doesn't break, if it doesn't get above 244, I'm going to go ahead and get a little small position in here, guys.
Yeah, we got a few
So
people.
this is why I'm waiting. Gotta wait.
Yeah, we got a.
There's the push.
Yeah, it's up to 244. Yeah, we got a few people talking about STAF in here. The volume's not too bad, but it's starting to run up here. About to test that $3 level. I think the risk is too high at this point if for a long setup, at least for me. I'd like to see it kind of.
Take a look at this setup. I didn't take it because of the low sizing volume, but it looked beautiful. GEMP, GEMP. Been watching this a couple of days, and it bounced there at the $8 range, and was thinking about shorting it there, but now it's just fading away there. But the volume was too low, but definitely looked interesting.
Right, for sure. We traded this one a few days ago when the volume was a little bit better, but it's starting to wash. Yeah, on let's see, on the 29th. This one was moving a lot, but it's starting to, like, a lot of times this will happen is that you'll see these big kind of parabolic movers, and then everybody kind of forgets about them, and they usually kind of just slowly kind of start fading back down to where they originally were, with nobody really being able to, nobody really watching it. Like if you look at GEVO, everybody kind of forgot about GEVO, and you can see it kind of slowly just faded back down from its crazy highs. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it got up to 1095, and then it just kind of slowly faded back down to 4. Same thing with GBR, and a lot of these is that they just kind of, once everybody forgets about them, they spike and have kind of a crazy push. This one got up to 1380, and then everybody kind of forgets about them. They slowly just kind of start fading back down. It's at 370 now. And so that's kind of a strategy I've talked about a lot. The biggest scary thing is holding it overnight and, for a potential spike, because those do happen, but more than not, they end up coming right back down to the original low price they were at previously before the big moves.
All right, guys, starting a position here, guys.
Yeah,
Started there at 237 there.
Look at STAF. It's breaking that $3 level here. I just broke the high of the day. Looking weak.
Yeah, looking weak, guys. Looking weak here.
STAF.
I need some confirmation on B-Box. So now I got a little position there. I just got to be careful. Over 44 is my out, but I have small sizing here.
And I mean, look at GBR though. GBR kind of looks like a VWAP fade at this point, Mitch. I'm looking at the 2-minute for GBR. Doesn't look too bad. Gotta be careful with it, but doesn't look too bad. Just the reason I'm careful is because it's already back down to 3s. It's dropped a lot the last few days. Nice, Missouri.
All right, guys. My average is 50 shares, 38. This gets below to 32s, 33s, I'll start looking for ads. Alright guys, this is where it starts looking for ads there.
There we go, down to 34 for you.
I'm looking for a bounce back to 35,
33,
36 area, and then I'll look for an ad there.
Down to 33s, looking good. 32s.
Yeah, it's looking good.
PGNX 7. PGNX just low volume. But yeah, Staff ended up breaking the high of the day. ELVT, BLNK getting a little bit of a spike. CHEK. AXON kind of bouncing back a little bit here. So yeah, guys, if I'm getting any
having trouble with those 35s there, man.
Yeah,
Alright,
there it
there you go.
goes. Yeah, there it goes. Looks much better. 33s. Yeah, so appreciate all the subs. DeAndrew and Dwight, appreciate the subs, guys. Sorry, my speaker on my computer's not working today, and so I can't hear it when anybody subs, but I appreciate all the subs, guys.
Alright, I have an order to add there at 236, guys. 236. If this bounces just to 235, 236, I'll take another add there. Would have took 35s, but the only problem is that I can't put out the order there. So I had to put it up 1 cent higher. I would have liked 35s.
Yeah, it's right here on 35 now.
Yeah, on the ask.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the bid. Okay.
Yeah, because that's where it takes it for TradeNet.
Right. Especially if you're shorting.
Without a doubt. Alright, there's a pop. There's 36. There you go. Got filled a little bit more there. Alright, guys. Now I'm off at 36. Risking off 43 here.
STAF pulling back to the whole dollar. It's right at 316.
Really don't want it over 240. Would like to see this just fail here, guys. Down to the 230s. Breaking the 230s here.
DFBG ended up cracking under that 510 low, like we were talking about.
Yeah, that was definitely one to watch. Cracking fives, guys. The chart just gives it a lot of room there.
Yeah, nice little VWAP fade too. Alright, so there you go, down to 235 on the ask. Let's see if we can crack under 234. LLEX.
Paying attention to it close here.
LLEX getting some volume. PDS is kind of slowly grinding up. Small range though. High float stock it looks like. ACAD kind of looks like a VWAP fade. Look at ACAD, Mitch. What do you think about that one?
I'll take a look. Give me a second. Yeah, that looks beautiful. The key is that first candle was really massive. The only problem is the volume has slowed down. You like to see some bigger volumes when it went up there to see the shorters jump in there.
Yeah, plus all these down wicks don't really look great. Looks like a nice VWAP fade, but if it can crack under 1650, I think it might show some support there.
Let's see if we get this crash here on B-Box. Below 35 should give us a good move there. Volume's tightening up though, it's slowing down, so you gotta be careful here just in case it swings. Yeah, I'm out. That's how you gotta do it. Real quick, guys, real quick. There's no point in staying in it when we do the BWAP strategy.
Right.
It's just too risky, too apparent risk. You're getting to that 50-50 stage. Take it off. Take it off. If that's your risk, take it off, guys.
Right. Because it can get squeezed up fast, and you don't want to be caught in that.
Yeah. You know, if that's what it's going to be, man, we're going to get stopped out. That's going to be fine because I've given myself 2 times today the ability to, if that fails there, to give myself a real nice win. The real key is there's people shorting up there in those 240s as it was hitting that VWAP. So that's why I went and tested it again. But I don't want to be beyond that test. I still had 236 there, so I lost 4 cents there. That's fine. Gave myself full sizing there and ability to get back down to under 230s to the 225s would have gave me the gain for the day. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to make that one solid gain for the day. And if I'm able to do that, I think I'll be able to separate myself from my losses to stay profitable.
Right.
That's what I think I've realized is that a lot of times we're taking profits way too quick, or we're taking like half profits, and then what happens is that really kills our mentality also, because if you're willing to hold to your risk with the full size position, but then you can't hold to your reward with the full size position, you're just killing your trading 100%. Like you're
Right.
never going to get to that profitable stage because you always take off your reward way too quickly and not giving yourself a chance there.
Right. Like the whole benefit of using risk reward is to actually ride it through all the way to your reward. If you cut it off at your risk, but you don't let it run to your reward, your losses are going to be bigger than your gains. And so I think that's very true. I should have held it on a little bit more. I mean, my whole plan, I got out right around the low of the day for BBOX, and that was kind of my initial plan. But my mentality is I should have taken some off there and let the rest work, because then I could have gotten, a little much more gain out of that trade. But it's just stuff we got to work on. If you look at our percentage, our percent wins, like how many cents a share we're winning compared to what we're losing, we're definitely profitable in that regard. At least we're making more cents per share than we're actually losing. The problem is that a lot of times I'll switch sizing, and so my losers I'll use big sizing, and then once I take a loss, I'm a little bit, apprehensive, and I end up using small sizing and making much more than I would have lost, but I just didn't use the correct share size. AXP. It's been riding the VWAP. I mean, this is a little bit more expensive than I usually trade, but
Anybody see any long setups? I'm seeing B-Box look like it's going to squeeze there, guys. Pressuring those 240s there.
ACAD ended up cracking under 1650. It's at 1651 now.
Alright, guys, paying attention right here. B-Box. Looks like it's going to do another attempt to fail.
Down at 234. AXP cup and handle ready to go higher. I mean, to be completely honest, I'm not super familiar. Like, I know the cup and handle pattern. You can see the cup, handle, but we'll see. It's just kind of out of my element with AXP. It's a little bit higher float, more expensive than I usually trade. And so I really don't know. It's just kind of not my usual style of trading, so I don't want to give anybody the wrong answer. You know what I mean? Yeah, still watching BBOX here. Kind of watching ACAD here. It continues to kind of test the VWAP, come back down. So it's either going to get squeezed up quickly or it's going to drop back down. So we'll see.
Very interesting here.
I appreciate the sub, Broussard. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, staff, the volume's kind of coming down on it. Really nice. Like the setup I like here is this break over the whole dollar, a bounce back to test that support at 3, and then a bounce up to 3.50. So you got about a 50-cent window here from $3 to 3.50 on this bounce. I do like that setup. BBOX starting to come down. Kind of a crucial level here. This 230 levels continued to kind of act as support and resistance. So we'll see what it does here. See if it can, start coming down. Covenant, did you ever send me that link? NNDM. I mean, yeah, the volume's low. I don't know if this would be a long setup either. I don't know. I'm a little bit more short biased, especially if it cracks under that 225 low of the day. Down to 234 on the ask for BBOX.
Alright, guys. Let's try it again.
It's down to 232, 231, 229. There's the drop on BBOX. Hey, don't stress, brother. It happens, man. Like, I'm kind of kicking myself too, but it happens, brother.
Yep. That's how it goes.
I mean, the most important thing is that we were correct with the kind of trend here and the pattern. We just got to take advantage of it more.
Alright, took a little bit there.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of shorts are going to start adding to their positions on this bounce right here. Especially if it can stay under this 233, 234 level that's been acting as support right here. And so then it's probably going to drop down to 217, I'm guessing. Maybe bounce a small amount when it gets there and continue falling is what I would kind of look for with it. But this is all just kind of speculation, obviously, but we'll see.
Yeah. I have a starter I'm looking to add to it. It's a little bit on the downside right now. I got it filled there a little bit down. I slammed on the bid there. I got 100 shares there at 28. Wanted to add some there when it bounced up there, but just it like kind of did that order rejection thing because it was too close.
Right. Yeah, that happens.
Right there, I would have been feeling really nice, full position.
Yeah, I mean, don't stress it, brother. It's down to 226. I mean,
yeah, I've been battling with this stock. One of the key things is, I've been staying with it. I haven't really taken my eyes off of it, and that's why I went and I tried to get it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really obvious bear flag here on the way down to 226, down to 223. Guys. We'll see if it cracks this low and just drops. PTIE, new high of the day. Yeah, PTIE waking up some. BNTC. Yeah, BNTC kind of a VWAP fade here. See if it can continue here. Gotta be careful, it may be a reversal though.
Alright guys, I went full size there now. I had 200 shares there at 227. I'm looking for this to get weighed down. It's been looking pretty bearish these last two candles. Just want to see it really crack on down there to the 220s there.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to guess what it's going to do, I think it'll probably get down to this 220 level, 218, and then bounce a small amount and then break the low. BILI kind of bouncing back to this VWAP level. BILI down to 224 on the ask for BBOX. BILI you can see pushing up to this VWAP at around 1350. Yeah, it does have the shot to break too, for sure, if it can get that low. Just about having the patience wait it through here.
Without a doubt.
Nice, NYC. Yeah, yeah, I gotta get used to using bigger sizing too, NYC. It's something I gotta focus on and kind of stay devoted to using bigger sizing, you know. But yeah, this week doesn't seem too bad. I usually like to see a week whenever the patterns I'm using are actually fulfilling. And I can definitely say they've been working today. These VWAP fades have been working pretty spot on today. So hopefully that's kind of an indicator of how the rest of the week will go. Just looking to take advantage of it as long as the stock has good volume. You know, BBOX has really nice volume, and so it's kind of been fulfilling that pattern really nicely here. We'll see if it can just finish out this last kind of bear flag and break those lows around 218 point. Same thing with BILI. I called this VWAP fade out a little bit too. It bounced up to 1357, right a few cents away from the VWAP, and now it's starting to tank. Yeah, for sure, NYC, me too. Makes me really nervous. It's kind of like it's kind of not good for me to use the 1 minute chart if I'm nervous in a trade, because using the 1 minute chart, you know, any significant move in either direction, there's a lot of false patterns using the 1 minute chart. And so, like for BBOX, I'm using the 5 minute at this point just because it's easier to follow. But especially if I'm using larger sizing, I hate the 1 minute chart just because you see so much movement. So what's your risk area in this one, Mitch?
All right, so now my risk area was that last high. So it broke down from 235. Then there was a bounce there to the 233 range. 233 range. I was even looking to maybe add here at 2830s. But what I really wanted to see is more this late in the pattern. I need to see more confirmation breaking down to the supports here for an add. So now I'm just more along, just trying to see the next down move come back down to that 223. 233s is my risk right now. Wouldn't want it to get back up to that 235 range. It would just be too dangerous there.
Right.
But we did get this bounce here. I did see some ads there going through there at 227 and 226. So that's why it's keeping me in there. I know there's a big shorter in this. I have that instinctual. I've seen the level 2s for so long. So that's why I'm just relaxing and just trying to stick to the trade, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's still in a bearish trend, and so I think you're okay. Yeah, AXP starting to push up. Good call out, Matt. I think Matt's the one that called that one out. But yeah, it pushed up to 99.9, so almost to $100. But yeah, Mitch, I still think, I think it still looks bearish here.
Yep, still does. That's why I'm hanging around.
It may take a little long to get down to that low, but if it does break that low, the volume should kind of come in really nicely once it gets around there, and it should start to.
Look at those bids, those hundreds, 200s there.
Yeah.
On there on the bids.
They just flashed them really quick.
Yeah, those are what I call, or what someone calls trick orders.
Right.
Those are what those are. Those are orders not trying to get filled. Those are orders trying
scaring
to get
people
on the opposite side.
Right.
So they throw the weight on there, just trying to bang it down.
Right. Yeah, they're just trying to scare people in one direction.
Exactly. Causes people to go ahead and just freak on out there.
Right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, I've heard overseas the level 2 is substantially more reliable than it is here in the U.S. They call it the order book. I've heard that it's much more reliable overseas with the foreign markets than it is with the U.S. market. What I really use the level 2 for the most is, like, the other day I was watching a trade. I use the level 2 because sometimes the chart in itself may lag, but I can see if something flashes on the ask. Like, if 250 is my risk, and I can see the ask hit 250 before the candlestick actually will, I can get out much quicker and take a smaller loss, as opposed to if I wait for the actual candlestick to reach that level. Because a lot of times the number will just flash really quick before it makes a big move, and so that's really what I use the level 2 for the most. And I mean, obviously seeing, what orders are stacked on which side, but it's a little bit less reliable, in my opinion at least. Here, I'll try to turn it up, NYC. Staff is halted again. Say something, Mitch. It should be a little bit better.
Hey, how you guys doing? Still in B-box here, guys. Still in B-box here. Trying to let the trade work for me. Anything up here to above 232s, I'll get out. I'll stop out with a 5-cent loss, and that'll be fine. I gave myself a chance again. That's what I want.
Right, and even
one of the key things is when we lose, guys. We can't take it emotionally. All we can take emotionally is if we traded our plan correctly.
Right.
That's the only thing that matters to me. And that's really what's going to matter to me for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, guys. If so be it. If I lose money, then let it be, guys. But I'm going to trade the patterns. I'm going to hit them hard. And I'm going to try to learn to get through the emotions by learning to just focus on execution.
Right, I can feel that, man.
I feel like lately, we can get into areas where, I've been wanting to make that big gain, but it's not going to be from doing it from just wanting it. It's going to be from going ahead and trying to get that execution over and over, focusing on that, and that's the only thing that should make me happy. If I trade the setup that I want to trade, that's
right.
A green day for me, guys.
For sure. Because at this point, I mean, you've been trading a good setup, and even if this trade goes against you, you'll still be a small net profit or break even. And so that's what it's about, is minimizing the risk. And so it allows Mitch to take a bigger shot here because he has a little bit of room on the day already. And so he can kind of take that bigger sizing and kind of give himself that shot of having a really large account building gain. You know what I mean? And so that's what I need to focus on as well, I think, in the rest of the week. It's just trying to build my account back up. I feel like I found a good setup, a good reliable setup that I can take advantage of and try to give myself that shot,
Let's see if the big boys weigh it down here. At the end of the day, that's what really happens here, guys, is that when it went back up to that VWAP, some big shorters were still in there.
There's the ask down to 228. Nice, Missouri. Awesome gain, man. Missouri with the 560% profit with 4,000 shares on STAF. Got out for $1,520 profit. Congrats, Missouri. Awesome job, brother.
Now I need to see the whole pattern breakdown. 217 would be the only thing I can add on. I'm looking forward to really give you that nice 1 minute wash off where you get the longs just to give out and the bears to just hit it hard. And it's right around this time where it usually happens. You got in that bounce, you got in the security, that confirmation that it's really downtrending, and now you can looking for the bears to take over.
But yeah, look at STAF. STAF went crazy. It's halted at this point. Went up to 442 where it got halted. So a lot of activity. This one's up over 100% thus far. From 181 to 442. So crazy move here. BBOX. Mitch is still holding this one. It's looking, pretty decent here. It's down to 226. We'll see if it can crack under this 222 level, 226 on the ask now. So it's falling still. We'll see if it can crack under that 224 level.
There we go, guys. You see the bears jumping in there?
There's 224.
You see how that works, guys? Look at the level 2. 24, 8,000 shares. 24, 7,000 shares. 24, 3,600, 1,500. Those are big boys getting big size in here.
Yeah, they're all watching for this low of the day crack.
Hell yeah, they're looking for that crack, guys. They're looking for that crackdown. The daily chart supports it. Everything supports it, guys. 5 minutes supports it. 15 minutes supports it. Multiple time trend trade.
All right, so I think it may bounce a little bit, especially if it gets down to that 218 level. But like I said,
it did.
Yeah, like I said,
it was pushing there.
Right, for sure. I mean, I think that bounce is okay even because I think a lot of times what these do is they test the low, they bounce a little bit just from people kind of covering, taking half of their profits off at the low in case it, doesn't, unless it reverses. And then, the shorters kind of jump in on the bounce as well. So
Exactly.
I think you're still all right here, even though it's bouncing some.
One to keep watch also too, guys, is DFBG. Guys, it's been holding down there forever, guys. It's made a down one, up one, down two, up two. I would look for a down one again one more time to like 510 area. Look for a bounce in that 520, and then if it fades, it looks like it might just give it here, guys. It's going down to that 506. Look for a bounce there, somewhere in the 510, 520 area. You can risk off a 524 there, and that's really looking like a pattern that could really give you something today.
I don't know. I disagree with you on DFBG. I just think the volume's just not there, not enough yet. I think it's gonna have too much support at 5. But nobody agrees on everything. You know what I mean? So it's no worries.
My key is potential.
Right.
I'm not telling you that it's gonna go somewhere, but there's definitely the potential to get $1 on that kind of trade.
Right, for sure.
Not just necessarily just you gotta watch the risk. So the range right now is about 16 cents.
Right.
17 cents, and if you can get 40 or 80 cents on the trade, then that can go ahead and justify the trade.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean today's range is about 58 cents total on DFBG. Just today's range, like today's total range on it. But if it cracks this low, it still looks pretty weak, and this is one that's up already from the last few days. And so like I said before, a lot of times these big heavy runners will kind of slowly fade off and everybody will kind of forget about them. And so this one does have that potential to kind of just slowly fade back down to where it originally started to break out a few days ago.
That's what I look for.
Yeah, that's actually it's more common. Like people tend to, kind of see these big gapping stocks that go parabolic and go, kind of go crazy for a few days, up a few 100% or so, and then everybody kind of forgets about them. But a lot of times, like I said earlier, they just kind of slowly fade back down to the original breakout price, giving you a lot of room to short it, but everybody kind of forgets about them and starts to look at all these other ones. And so, that seems like a okay setup and strategy I've been kind of thinking about lately. Yeah, Wahib, sorry, brother. My speakers, I got to fix my speaker once today's stream ends, and so I'm kind of just putting Mitch on my Mac laptop so you can hear him. The volume might not be great. The volume will be fixed tomorrow. I'm not sure what's wrong with my speaker. I just got to work on it a little bit once today's stream ends.
Yeah, DFBG is the type of stock that, I've seen too many of these big runners that are just gapped up way too big. Just what they do is they have a tendency of just having that consolidation period, and then it gives you that wash, that big wash. And if you try to get in after that big wash, usually you're going to get into a point where it's just too much risk. The spread has now opened up.
For sure. And
then it's just too late. So it's the kind of trade that like you have to look at it and decide if you're going to take it here or not. Like it's almost like a now or never kind of trade. And how you take those kind of trades, it's almost what I call a 50-50 trade. Your strategy says that it's supposed to work more because you got in the third test here, like a bounce here to 514 and holding below 518. That's what I would look for, something like that. And then that could really, really fade there.
Yeah, I like that 518. It had that little opening range breakout this morning with those lows at 518. Here goes BBOX. Still kind of testing here. Moving a little slow. The volume's coming down some, but the volume's actually still pretty legitimate. I mean, 115,000 shares a minute is pretty good volume. As it is, It's down, but it's down to 224 now, so looking good here.
Yeah.
Here's the chance.
That's why I'm just holding it out there, guys. Just relax. Just letting the trade work, guys. There's no point to show emotion. It is what it is. Regardless if I win or lose here, I took great trades, great risks. I'm going to be happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we both took good trades. I think I could have held it a little bit longer. I think you gave yourself a better chance to make a bigger gain, though. And so I think I just need to work on my sizing. The biggest thing is like I'm used to taking 100 shares now. And so I'm kind of slowly going up. For the rest of the week, I'm going to try to take 150, 200 shares, as long as the range is reasonable in the stock.
John, what I noticed a lot is you got to start giving yourself a little bit of room there. So if you want to have that share sizing, go ahead. But realize when you take that second half of your share sizing, you're going to be able to average up.
Right.
So as long as when you add to a winning position, then it's okay. Don't add to a losing position because that just increases risk the wrong way. You want to increase risk the right way.
Right, for sure.
So that's to a winning position. It's not wrong to add. That's what I'm starting to get to and starting to realize. It's just that the reason it's not wrong to add is that I'm using a pattern that has edge.
Right. Yeah,
so
look at BBOX.
Gives you that ability to go ahead and take those swings there.
Right, for sure.
So
there it goes.
217 there. A break of 217 would be the add there. If I wanted, I could add on these bounces here.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for the real breakdown, and guys, and since I haven't had too much of a cushion left, I only have $12 left. I'm gonna go ahead and just let the breakdown happen here, guys.
Right, for sure. I think that's probably a smart plan. But yeah, I mean, look at the VWAP fade. It's crazy when people say the VWAP doesn't have an edge. This thing bounced up to exactly the VWAP. Literally exactly the VWAP. You could see 3 times it bounced exactly off of that VWAP, right off of that VWAP. And so, this is why I like this setup, is because it happens fairly often, and it's it for sure has edge, regardless of what anybody says.
You talk about it tons, man, about how it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
In the end, thousands and thousands of traders watch the VWAP. It's probably one of the most used indicators because it's the average true price of the stock for the intraday.
Right, for sure. Hindsight's asking, what's your average in this trade, Mitch?
Right now it's at 227. 227, a little bit lower than I would like. I would have liked to have added there in the 230s on that bounce there, but I didn't want to increase risk to a losing position. Well, that's why we have to stick to the rules. Since I went and I chased a little bit, I understand that I chased, so I can't do the add.
Right.
You have to know your entry. If your entry is a good entry, then have faith in it. Have faith in your pattern and take your trade. But now if you know that you kind of slipped a little bit, the execution wasn't the very best, this is not going to be the trade that I'm going to just go ahead and just start adding a whole bunch of size to.
Right. So,
we did get the touch of the support there at 218, 217, so I really wanted to get back above 230s. 230s, 231s is really the resistance now. That last high when it broke down at 35 is really what I'm looking at as my hold, which is 33.
Right.
So what I'm looking for is ads up here from the big shorters. They could be looking for another push down to that 217 because even 8-10 cents when you already have an average of like 230 something with 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares, those are how they make those gains. So I still think there's big shorters still in this. I saw some ads there at 22s, and now on these bounces, I'm seeing more share size going through there at 26. I'm seeing tons of share size go through there at 27. So I think that's really where the big shorters are now. They're right around my area, 230s, 233 areas, and they're looking for this breakdown of the support.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to see it hold under 225. That's kind of the area, in my opinion, it's been battling it out. And so as long as it can hold under there and then kind of continue to drop, I think it looks good. This is kind of the level I talked about. Like when I was speculating earlier, I said I think it'll probably drop down to that 218 low.
All right, guys. That last high gives me an ability to now risk break even, guys. 227, above 227, I'll look to get out, guys. Because the reason is that you got the pattern. You get a down 1, up 1, down 2, up 2, down 3, up 3. So this up 3 can't really go too higher than the resistance because what it does is it creates that curve effect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think like I said earlier, I think it may bounce. It'll probably bounce off of 217 and then hopefully continue to drop. But I see, like, setting it for break even, is never really a bad thing. And so I understand that. let's just hope it continues to fall here. This is kind of the crucial kind of point with it. I mean, it could always bounce up to that VWAP too, back up to that VWAP here, and then kind of continue to kind of look choppy and go sideways. And so let's see if it continues to drop here. It's up to 227 at this point. Back down to 226.
Yeah, looking for rejection here.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, I'm happy with my day. I think Mitch is right when he's talking about how I need to let the trade work for me a little bit more. Like I watched that video. I think it was by that like SMB Capital or something like that, and it was talking about how successful traders, they're patient with their winnings, or with their winning trades, and they're impatient with their losing trades. And so they let their
you have to ask yourself,
right,
really, what's going on? Am I really being impatient with the right trades, or am I being patient on the wrong trades? Being patient on the losers.
Right. And so at this point, I mean, it looks bear flaggish, but it could also start going sideways with BBOX. It's up to 228 now.
It's 28. 30s will be my out. This is the real test right here.
Yeah, MBVX is testing 250 in the high of the day.
All right, guys, I'm not liking it. I'm just going to take it out. That's fine, guys.
But yeah, you gave yourself some cushion, and you gave yourself that shot though, Mitch. So no worries about that, brother. We'll bounce back tomorrow, man.
It is what it is.
But all right, guys,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna stress it.
I'm gonna go ahead and close the stream down now. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning from about 8:45 market time till about 10:15, 10:30 usually. I kind of ran over today. Usually I ended at about 10:30. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I do this every weekday morning, so come check us out. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate the sub, Tianya. Welcome, I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Hey, guys. I'm gonna open my stream a little bit. I'm taking a small share size here on DFBG. Really small share size, 50 shares. Looking for it to crack 5 here. We'll risk off a 518, 510 area.
All right. So you said you're streaming, Mitch?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it up right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Mitch is streaming on his TradeNet account. I'll go ahead and post the link here. Yeah, there you go, guys. There's Mitch streaming on his. There's Mitch's link, so he should be streaming here. So go check out Mitch's channel. If you haven't already, hit the like button, guys. It really helps support this channel, so if you could click the like button, we really appreciate the support. Small green day today, I'll definitely take it. Happy with that. Need to work on holding my winners a little bit longer and using larger sizing. But yeah, go check out Mitch's channel. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow morning at the same time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.